Hey guys, welcome to today's video on how to increase your ROAS 50%. And yes, I mean 50% because that's what you can easily do by following this, right? Now, obviously this is a lot about Facebook ads and that's sort of what the thumbnail on that is. But at the end of the day, to me, I look at that marketing platforms are all indicative of a number of variables, not just the ads. So I'm just going to go through this. And I just want to sort of show you a couple of things. I'm going to, show you my ads today, and we're going to go through this doc. Just get a copy of it yourself, go through it, use it as you see fit. It's just in the description. I've also got a Discord if you want to join that and ask any questions. I've only just started, only got a couple of people in there. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I enjoy making this content style, by the way. This sort of works best for me because I'm a more advanced person. I want to make more content like this, and so I'll continue to make that. I've got other videos coming up as well. I hope you do like it. If you do, be sure to like and subscribe and comment if you have any questions as well down below. Anyway, I wanted to show you the ads quick just to give you an idea that this strategy works. Well, actually, no, I can just use the images. I didn't think of that. But like you can see here, what's that? Today's date, and so you can see that I can't, but you can see the ROAS, 27, whatever that is, extremely high. And obviously sometimes it peaks and troughs, but you sort of get my point. Actually, I'm just going to show you the ads manager anyway. I just want to show, it's just easy to talk about. So I just wanted to show you, right, a bit about all of this. Obviously I have to blur out some stuff, but you can see here, spent $500 for a 10 ROAS, and I done a few changes. You can even use these recommended changes, honestly, but you can see, $5K for that, $10. Now this is in Australian, right? So it's important to keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that, this is in Australian. This is 2 campaigns, Performance Max and Brand Search, right? The Brand Search is always the one that will make the most ROAS, just always does really well. If you want me to make an updated video on all of that, just let me know, but I just wanted to show that this helps improve your overall ROAS. I use Performance Max because it helps run shopping ads across their network, as well as I get amazing cold traffic that I can then remarket on Facebook. Okay, and so the DPA ads remarket on Facebook, so it's all fully automated. Because you're running PMAX shopping, it's all integrated to Google Merchant Center. So literally the same as with Facebook. You push your catalog to the Merchant Center, integrate it to Google Ads, and then Performance Max does the work. So it just automatically markets your entire collection of SKUs. Right? So that's fully automated. So you're getting sales as well as good cold traffic that then you can remarket on Facebook, right? As simple as that. And if you go to Facebook, you can see like this is the remarketing campaign. You can see today cost per purchase $2.90, right? So whatever that is in USD, 2.91 AUD to USD, $1.89, right? So, cheap as chips. Literally, you're not going to even get it much cheaper than that, like unless you've got some ridiculously viral new product. But, so you can sort of see how effective this is. And these are cold campaigns. So this one is catalog as well as this one. Doing very, very well, right? And I'm starting to use more similar audiences, and I sort of wanted to show there as well. You can see here too, on the store itself, like I'll go through it in the doc, but I focus on improving average order value and also improving conversion rates, right? Very important things that all help with your ROAS, right? Remember, everyone focuses on just ads. The solution is the ads. Well, it's not. It really comes down to additional components, running Google ads and optimizing your store, right? Whether it's your theme, like obviously I use the Debutify theme, I use Debutify reviews, I use Klaviyo for email marketing, and I use Reconvert for post-purchase upsell, right? Between all of that, I help improve my ROAS on Facebook because each of those sales, I get more conversions for the traffic as well as I get higher average order value, right? So that naturally helps improve my conversion rates. So I want people to understand that marketing, running ads, your goal is to get the traffic and then you convert them on your website, right? You can use landing page builders and stuff, but I've just used my theme in that naturally. I'm building a page builder as well for even more detailed ones, but you can sort of see that this is working quite well. I'm expecting today probably another 2.5K day for a couple of $100 spent. You can see as well 62% customer return rate, right? That's today, right? Now, obviously that's helped boost sales, but that's extremely high. Yesterday it was whatever it was yesterday. And so my point is that I focus very much, you want to focus on building branding, and that helps as well, because your ROAS as well you can actually make a higher break-even ROAS if you factor in customer return rate as well. So your break-even ROAS. Dropshippers in that mainly tend to focus on, break-even ROAS as the product. What is it? The product minus the product price minus the product cost minus the advertising or something. I can't remember the exact formula, right? Because they don't get any repeat purchases, right? Whenever you see like repeat purchases from them, it's like 1 or 2%, which is a post-purchase upsell app. They might use Reconvert or one of those similar ones, but they don't. Those aren't full post customers coming back, right? To get this high is actual customers searching your brand, coming back and buying. Okay, so very different. And so this is a much better way to improve ROAS as well. Focus on great branding, right? And so great branding, great product, right? Be passionate about it, and don't be too salesy, and most importantly, provide great customer service. It's not hard to get. You can even use tools like Cintra AI to respond to customer service and stuff now that like integrate with Shopify. I've used it, or you can get, the past people would get like a $5 an hour VA from Upwork or something, and they'll respond. Great customer service makes a massive difference. Having live chat on your website, the W5 theme just now has WhatsApp and everything, because pushing WhatsApp is now one of the big live chat channels as well. You can use Shopify chat. And so what I'm trying to say is that I'll be going through and teaching you about the ads and everything, but part of this, for full transparency, is that to help improve your ROAS. Part of the reason my ROAS is really good is because I focus outside of just Facebook, right? Many of you that follow me always know that I always say that it's not just about Facebook ads. It's not even just about Google ads, right? You want to do multiple marketing channels. And yes, it can be hard to juggle, but with a lot of AI now, you can really manage it. And the campaigns I'm running, you don't really have to do much. You use a lot of AI to really help support that, okay? So I just wanted to keep that in mind. Let's go into the Google Doc. I'm going to talk about that further. I went into with the Google Doc. A few other points. Make sure you're running catalog ads. They crush it. Just absolutely crush it. I have videos on DPA ads. Just go watch them. It is so profoundly easy, right? Now, I know that a lot of people that, like, let's say dropshipping, that they won't do that because they're focused on single, but please, build a brand. You can build dropshipping brands, right? That's still very much a thing, but build a brand, whatever it looks like, something long-term sustainable, right? The amount of people that come to me that have like a dropshipping business and it literally lasts 2 weeks. Okay, you might make 30 grand, right? And it is somewhat repeatable, but it's not sustainable, right? And it's exhausting. That's the thing that I find. It's exhausting. Whereas when you build a brand, especially in e-commerce, like that's how, some brands you see those things 500K a day. That's not luck. That's because they've built something over a long period of time. They've probably built up an Instagram audience over many years, done a launch, people love it, people buy. E-commerce is probably one of the easiest industries to scale once you build a brand, right? It really is that easy, so that's why I always say build a brand, even if it's a dropshipping brand. Technically, like print on demand is dropshipping and that, but many people have done that very successfully, right? A lot of YouTubers do make Shopify stores and they sell their merch. It's dropshipping and it makes them extra money. It's great. Remember to do that. Anyway, when finding a winning audience in your product, make sure as well that you're using similar interests to the one that are working well, right? So just literally use the suggested, choose the next top one. Choose the next top one. Usually I try and do 3 and whatever ones are working, I keep it rolling. And any one of those that are working to my expectations, I'll use similar ones to that. And then I'll start using lookalikes, view content, add to cart, purchase, initiate checkout. I'll just keep cycling them, right? And you can put them in the same campaign as an Advantage Plus campaign. All placements works extremely well. Turn off the ones that don't work. Keep the ones that do. By having an Advantage Plus, it automatically optimizes to the budget to the ones that, in theory, perform best. Doesn't get it always correct, so always remember 90% automated, 10% human. And every 14 days is sort of what I do that, right? At times I've left my audiences too long and then they dry out. Just try new ones, right? That's why you're seeing that my ROAS and that doing well. I'm doing that a lot more regularly. I just find that 14 days works well. Give it time, right? Some days it'll do bad, some days it'll do good. You want to see 14 days on average to see where it goes, right? Don't scale aggressively. One of the biggest things that I find is scaling aggressively never, ever, ever works. I've done that so many times, and 100% of the time, and everyone I speak to, the people that run agencies, people that do their own in-house ads, whatever, find that never works, right? Unless you've got something that is an anomaly, right? 99% of the time, my experience has been, never works. So I just go 20% because I like to sleep at night. I get anxiety when I'm overspending and stuff, so I like to do things slow, steady, controlled, rhythmically. Okay, so my recommendation will always be 20%. So if you're spending $200 a day and things are doing really well, increase it to 20% of that would be $40, right? So, $240 and divvy that up. You spend the time, and if that means, and then another 7 days, 20% on top. It starts compounding, but it means that at the end of the day that your profits are kept intact and that any ripples along the road, because you will encounter ripples, you will buffer them out, okay? Because sometimes you actually find that you might hit a threshold where it's like, no, I can't go any further than this. I can't answer why that is, but sometimes I have seen that as well. So 20% seems to be, for me personally, my recommendation golden rule. Slow and steady. Now, as I said, the Google ads, just have a look here. What's that? That's just the last 30 days. I showed earlier higher ROAS because that was last 7 days because I made some changes. As you can see, I overspent. And I got quite a few conversions, but my ROAS dropped, right? So I'm like, no, Facebook seems to be working well. So I groove between Facebook and Google. Whatever's doing better, I put more budget towards. Right now, I'm finding that lower budget on Google works better, and my new creative structure, which you've probably seen in one of my other videos around catalog ads, is absolutely crushing it. So I'm putting more there, right? That's how I increase my ROAS. And you can see, if you look at it, from 7 in the last day to 10, there is an easy increase, nearly like 50% just there, just like my title said. Now, as I said, PMAX, I run 2 campaigns, PMAX brand search. I have videos on this. I'll make an updated one. If you're interested, comment that down below. If you want videos on that as well, I'll do a full thing on integrating Google Merchant Center, Google Ads, and then that full setup. Really, really easy. It takes a bit of time initially to set it up, right? And properly. But once it's set up, honestly, I don't touch Google Merchants and I don't touch the apps. It's all automated, right? And so that's what I love about it. PMAX, though, brand search is basically just, I think the PMAX will just take over it because it basically runs search ads for you. I'm just used to running brand search, and I still see people saying that you should still run it as a separate campaign, so I have. But basically, over time, I reckon in the next couple of years, you just want to run a campaign because it runs it across YouTube, shopping network, search, everything. It sort of does it all for you because their goal is the less work you have to do, the more money you're going to give them, right? It's always just the way it is. Further improve ROAS is not just about that. As you can see, 5.62%, right? A very healthy conversion rate you see for a lot of stores is on average about 2-3%. This store is getting on average 6%, and I'm improving that further, right? Just improving that, nudging that further, slow and steady. And a lot of that's because of repeat purchases, but also because great branding, also because high conversion rates just on the website. Trust badges, sticky add to cart, announcement bar, testimonials, UGC, all of that helps. Now, as I said, there is the reality that, Beautify AI theme is mine, right? And I use it because I love it, right? I love it. And I use my own review app. There are other review apps as well that have a number of other benefits. I'm not going to lie there. Ours is improving, but it was a bit of a rocky start there. As I said, it saves me money, boosts conversion rates, average order value, and naturally my ROAS improves from it. Simple as that, right? Simple as that. That's all I do. There. I also do use post-purchase. I said it earlier. Reconvert is a great one. I know a number of their team, and I think they're fantastic. It can help increase 10% up, sometimes up to 30% as well. So have a look at them. I just use it for post-purchase, right? I use my product for all in-cart upsells, product page upsells, and I use them for post-purchase, right? I'm not going to lie, part of me wants to make an app for that as well because I want to bring it all in-house. That's just sort of what I'm planning to do. For email marketing, I use Klaviyo. Now, a number of you know I'm building my own email marketing app that's coming out in a month or two. That's taken me a year and a half. There's been a lot of issues. It's a huge undertaking in terms of cost, to say the least, to build it out to be something like Klaviyo, but significantly cheaper with a long-term big focus on AI and AI agents, because I want to build an ecosystem of apps that are AI agent focused so that you can have them all natively integrated and it basically runs your store for you, and you can just focus on running ads and finding great products, building out your products, and then scaling your business, right? Because that's sort of the day and age we're in. With the email marketing, you want to do campaigns, probably one a week, one a fortnight. I've got over leads of like 35,000, so I'm able to do it at least once a week. If you have like 100 leads, don't do that. Wait until at least you've got 1,000 leads, right? It's not worth it otherwise. But you do want to do abandoned cart recovery, email and SMS at minimum, regardless of your size. I'm actually building mine out to have WhatsApp as well, because WhatsApp abandoned cart recovery is becoming massive, right? So make sure you do that as well, abandoned cart recovery. That'll all be in my app there as well. As I said, over time, I plan to give that away because I want to get a lot of feedback from people on how to improve it. So if you're interested, let me know and I'll add you to our wait list. And as I said, like at the time of making this, I spent $100 today, 630, and yes, had a good customer repeat rate, but nonetheless, been working very, very well. And I plan to continue to repeat that and take full advantage of that, right? As sort of do more of this as well. Most of the purchases, because it's an Australian business, come after work, which like for most people is after 5 o'clock. Usually it's like from 5:30 to like 9 o'clock when people have time preparing for the next week, etc. Okay, so that's sort of where why you can see in this chart why it just always does. That's just sort of the reality, because you have to accept those trends. Okay, now that's one thing you can do, but I've as well that people have asked me, should you align your budget to when the time of day? You can do that, and you can see in Facebook that they are pushing for that. My experience has been it doesn't work that well. I'm open to retrying it, because like if your most of your sales do come at that time, I want to spend all my budget at this time every day, right? Boom, 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 boom. Get in front of the eyes to the right people at the right time of day. It makes perfect sense. I've just found Facebook hasn't worked that well there, but that is something that I'll be testing and I'll make an update video on. But I just wanted to make this video as well, because as you can see, like this has dramatically improved ROAS in that 50% easily. And honestly, this is what I mean. Like, you don't just focus on ads. Ads is one element. Look at the greater scope of it, and you'll see that you'll be able to achieve this too. That's how the big brands are able to scale, because if you just focus on ads, it'll blow up in your face, right? You use ads to get the traffic, and then look at how you can convert that traffic more often, get more out of their pockets, and get them to come back and buy again. And that's why I wanted to make this video. So I hope that has been helpful. If you have comments, please don't hesitate to comment down below. If you did like today's video, be sure to like, share, subscribe. Otherwise, thank you very much for your time today. Have a lovely day. Take care, and goodbye.